Hey hotties, it's Hot Chick here back with another video, and today's video is all about highlighting and contouring. So a lot of you guys wanted to know how I did my highlight and contouring, even my foundation routine, and today's video I'm going to show you guys. So definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Stick around, grab some popcorn or grab some makeup and follow your girl step for step. And if you want to connect with me, definitely follow my Instagram and my TikTok at It's Hot Chick, because we about to get into it. Keep on watching. Okay hotties, so let's get into this highlight and contour video. So first things first, you want to start off with a clean face. Make sure that your face is clean, make sure that you tone, make sure you moisturize and all that good jazz, okay? And I already pretty much did that part, but I went into my primer. I already applied my primer. I'm using this Huda Beauty moisturizing makeup base. So I applied it all over my skin, so let's get into foundation. Usually when it comes to brows, I usually do that either before my foundation or sometimes after. It depends on how I'm feeling. Lately I've been doing it before, but for just this purpose, I'm going to do my foundation first and then, you know, show you guys the highlight and contour and then, you know, come back with the full look. My foundation that I like to use is this Juvia's Place foundation. This color is Kano. I love it, love it, love it. All you need is a little bit. So what I like to do is apply it all over my skin first before I blend it out. So I just take different, you know, just dot it all over your skin. It looks a little bit orange on camera, but once I blend it out, it usually, you know, turns to my skin tone. So we're going to do that. And this is how I do my skin all the time, by the way, so now we're going to blend out our foundation. And the brush that I'm using is like just this flat top from Huda Beauty. Nothing too crazy. Anything flat and dense is what I usually use to blend out my foundation first before I go in with a sponge. So yeah, so I'm just gonna blend this all the way out. And I like to do a patting motion on my skin. I don't like to like roll around the brush because that does move the product. So I just try to pat it in to place and use my sponge after to further blend and pick up the product that I don't need on my skin. But this foundation is pretty darn good. I love this foundation. By the way, anything Juvia's Place, you guys can use my coupon code HOTCHICK to save some money on your order. I feel like skin is the #1 thing that people look at, you know, when they see your foundation or your just makeup in general. Cause you can do something simple on your eyes, you get what I'm saying? But if your skin messed up, it's like, ooh, sis, I don't know. So now I'm taking my sponge. So this cute little sponge from Dark Skin Makeup Daily, their Instagram. They have like a sponge shop that they sell these sponges for like $6, so they're pretty good. I love it. So I like to use this. It's very big and very soft. It's softer than the original Beauty Blender, by the way, so keep that in mind. All right, now that we look like an egg, like a whole egg, let's get into concealers. So my concealer choice for today, it will be these Super Stay concealers from Maybelline. And I have 2 shades of them, okay? The reason why I use 2 shades is because I like one to be like more brightening and the other one to be a little bit less brightening, if that makes sense. So first I'm gonna go on with 45. It's a little bit more darker. And I like to apply this right up under the eye. It's up to you how you want to apply it. You can do like a triangle, however you feel. But just make sure that you are highlighting right up under the eye and you're not going past your nose. But once you blend out, it's gonna blend outward. So just make sure that when you apply it, it's in place. So when you do blend, it's not going too far out, okay? Cool. Of course, you wanna highlight all the highlighted areas, which I do under my chin, my upper lip, my forehead, and I do a line straight down my nose. So now let's go into concealer number 30. And I only like to take this up under my eye just for the brightness. So this is optional. You don't have to make it super bright up under your eyes like I am. You can keep it simple. You can keep it subtle if you like. It's all up to you. These are just the placements and the techniques that I like to use when I'm doing my makeup. So for contour, I'm going to take my Juvia's Place Shade Stick in the color Congo, and we're just going to apply this going more upwards. But where I like to place it, I don't like to go anything further than the top of my ear. I don't really have like chiseled cheekbones, so I like to create them. You want to make sure that you're blending so it looks like it's like, you know, just all the illusion of just everything coming like smaller, if that makes sense. You know, yeah, smaller. But I like my forehead side, but I do like when I do bronze up my forehead because it does complete the look. If you have a smaller forehead, you might want to just skip this step, maybe just bronze with like a powder or something, because you don't want it to make it look too small. But in my case, I have a forehead, okay? Your girl have a forehead. So now that our concealer has been sitting, you want to take your sponge and start to blend out your concealer. So when you are blending out with the sponge, just make sure that you are patting it in. So we are blending it out. You want to take the sponge the same way, and I like to just like look up while I'm blending underneath my eye. So just blend, 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 and blend in place. So the purpose of highlight and contour, by the way, so the highlighted areas is pretty much where you put the lighter colors. You want that to come forward in your makeup, like you just want to brighten up and just make sure that's seen. For contour, you put the darker color down because it's either you want to chisel that area or make that area smaller, okay? You follow me? Now we're gonna take just a fluffy brush. This brush is like an angled blush brush, and I'm going to take this all around where I contoured, and everything is a patting motion, so make sure you're just patting. I like this brush too. This is the Sonia Kashuk brush. It's really good. I just like anything that's fluffy and angled for this part because I like to do like a little 1-2 step on my forehead like a up and down motion when it comes to blending out my contour. So everything is an up down situation. With the cheek, just make sure with the cheek you want to blend upwards. You don't want to go past that line. I like to take my sponge again, and we are going to blend out the nose. And I just go up and down with this part. Now that we have this all blended out, we're gonna go into powders. The powder of my choice, I'm taking the Sacha Buttercup powder. It's a yellow tone powder. I feel like it's really good for us chocolate girls. So when it comes to powders, like my pressed powders, especially my pressed powders, I like to use my sponge. So the same sponge gets a lot of love in my process, okay? It has to be damp. Make sure that your sponge is damp. Before you set your powders, set your face with your powders, you want to make sure up under your eyes is creaseless. So I like to just go back in just one last time, very lightly, and just make sure those creases are out because you don't want to set your creases at all. So let's just look up and just blend out a little cute, a little bit. Now that we have that, we're gonna go into our powder and just pick up a little bit. I like to stretch my face sometimes and just set up under them eyes first. That's the first layer. I like to do 2 different layers. So I press it in till you really can't really see it anymore. Baking, if I do baking, I'm putting a second layer on, but that first layer is important to just press in so you won't get that cast. Our under eyes are set. I feel like that's the most important part before you do anything else. Sit under your eyes and then you can work on the rest of the face. For the nose, just to squeeze the tip of this and just apply it going straight down the nose. With a little bit more, being that that first layer is there underneath, it's easier for cleanup. So this will be easier to dust away because that second layer is under it for like a barrier in a way. so I won't get any flashbacks. I won't get any ghostly situations. We don't want that. For pressed powder, I like to set my face with a pressed powder. So it's up to you if you want to use a looser powder that's your skin tone, or you like to use something that's pressed. Obviously this one gets a lot of use because your girl done hit pan. We're gonna just take a fluffy brush, and this is the CoverGirl Deep Cool 2 powder. So I just go in and just pat it on out, but I work on one side and then the others, okay? So just take your time when it comes to makeup. You'll get the hang of it if you are a beginner. Just make sure you work on one side and then the other, just to make your life easier. So let's just go ahead and set it on down. To bronze, I'm taking my fave. So this is the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the color Mocha Mami. So it is really, really nice. Obviously, your girl hit pan on this one too. So I'm taking the same kind of brush, but this is a different one. And we are like the same type of angled brush. Anything fluffy is up to you, whatever you want to use. The same 1-2 steps from earlier is the same thing that you're gonna do with your bronzer, okay? So let's go ahead and just bronze that forehead up. So this bronzer just adds a little bit more red back into my skin after I highlighted and contoured and foundation. So just to contour your nose or to bronze up your nose, you just want to take a powder that's a little bit darker or just has a little bit more warmth to it. And I'm using my NW50 powder. And we're just going to pretty much add this on the sides of our nose. And the brush I'm using is this crayon case brush. It's like a flat, like it's fluffy, but it's flat at the sides. And it looks like a pencil too. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm gonna go ahead off camera and do my brows and my eyes and come back to show you guys how to finish up the skin. Okay, so we are back. All right, so now I did my eyes, I put my lashes on, you know, I did a little something, a little glam, a little something. Now we're going to go ahead and dust this under eye away. Go back in with my sponge and go ahead and just press in the powder once again. Just keep on pressing, just take your time and do the other eye. I don't like to use a brush to like sweep away because I feel like that moves my product underneath. So keep that in mind. I just like to just use my sponge and eventually it will leave. And this part is optional, you guys. I have this Makeup Forever pressed powder. It's a little bit lighter than me. So in order for me, because I like a bright under eye sometimes. So in this case, I do want to brighten it up a little bit more. So a tip, you guys can take a pressed powder and your sponge and go ahead and just press under your eyes. Now take your favorite blush. I'm using my Milani Red Vino, and I'm just gonna apply this onto the cheeks. I feel like this color will bring my look together. It's like a pinky tone with a little bit of sheen to it. So just go ahead and apply your blush, girl. Apply it. So we're back with the completed look. What do you guys think? Your girl just threw on her wig, just threw on some earrings, just to bring the look together, you know what I'm saying? Just bring it together. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell to get notified by me whenever I upload a new video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at itsHotchick. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.